Yo, going. I'm hanging out here. We are live at 5 p.m. on Friday. Chilling in my freezing cold apartment. Looking at our list real quick before getting further in to this stream. The list feels fine, but I've just been going 2-3-3-2, 2-3-3-2. Haven't been able to pull out of it, but it's not like I've been losing matchups in like lopsided ways. Not like I've right. Games have all been really close. I don't feel unprepared for anything. I do often feel that I have too many cards that I want to board in because there's a lot of slam dunks in our board, but almost too many. So for example, it's come to my attention that Grixis Saga just straight up cannot beat a Blood Moon. So having Blood Moon, Hidetsugu, and Chalice of the Void seems like over. And probably dedicate some of those resources to other matchups. Now, Blood Moon's not coming out because Tron. Not because Tron. I mean, yes, because Tron, you want to have a second way to beat Tron, I think. But, Titan. We'll start with T. Valakut decks. So, Valakut decks and Titan, they get Blood Mooned. Bring in Hidetsugu to clean amulets, just because a lot of our cards don't matter in that matchup, and we can pull some stuff together. Chalice of the Void, actually worse than Void Mirror from what I've seen so far. So I may not need... The reason I put these Chalice of the Voids in the deck was not because of Grixis Shadow, but because Blue-Red Murktide showed up more. And Blue-Red Murktide is a ton of like tripping, and their threats are also 1-drops. So like Chalice of the Void is better than Void Mirror. Fortunately, today I was playing during lunch and I lost to Living End because Chalice of the Void doesn't stop them evoking either Subtlety or Endurance, both of which are killers. I got nut drawed. It's not really what's concerning to me, the fact that I lost those games to Living End, but I think the problem that I was seeing with Void Mirror is that the work that it does don't notice because they have cards stranded in hand. So Chalice, I mean, the same problem exists with Chalice, but you can kind of tell because they're a deck full of 1-drops and they're casting everything. But Void Mirror was stopping things other than the Cascade spells that we probably didn't realize that are a big part of these people. So I removed the Crater Maker from the board because it actually has just felt really bad. Just hasn't done anything relevant. I boarded it in once against Tron. I think I still lost those matches. If I got it, it's just like not how you coach the matchup, I think. So I'm thinking of replacing these with Void Mirrors, or maybe I have one slot in the sideboard here. There's only 14 now. Going down to 2 Chalices, up to 2 Void Mirror. And then Cascade decks now, you have the full 4 ways to stop it. We're no worse off than we were before. Because we used to just be on 4 Ley Lines and Void Mirror, but now we're going to be on extra 2 Chalices. These Chalices can come in against Blue-Red Murktide and other 1 and 0-drop heavy decks like Hammer and whatever. I've been doing this play draw thing where on the play, I put in Chalice, and on the draw, I put in Hidetsugu. Maybe we'll discover that it should just be. By the way, I know, like, not a finance stream. Like, I mentioned Hidetsugu long time ago during spoiler season. Like, made a big deal about. Well, I don't know if I made as big a deal as I really should have, but it's definitely a fantastic card. Definitely is so good against Luris decks, and whoever figures out a way to run it is gonna be way ahead. I bought these at like $4, 22 now. I think they're just straight up sold out in paper. I ordered mine. I ordered only 3 because I don't think 4 is ever really where you want to be, but I think people will be playing 4 for a while. Maybe 4 is where you want to be, just start slamming. But like yesterday I was looking, there was nothing that was like below $30. Today it seems they probably just like took their stock down and redid it. But yeah, here it is. Why is the difference here? Release card. And then the showcases are 30 or I have one of these Kaitos I just found in a treasure chest. I wonder if I should take something more value, because I don't see Kaito overtake. Although a deck that plays Hidetsugu might also play Kaito. Like something to try for you people out there brewing. Grixis Ninjas, Grixis Control with Kaito. I mean, you're probably attacking with 3 drops. Maybe you can find some clever. Or you're probably attacking with 1 and 2 drops. Maybe you can find a clever thing that doesn't cost what it says you can attack with, so Hidetsugu doesn't hit it. But it's really like not that important. Just maybe like a token-based Grixis Control type thing. Like it used to be, I think. Well, if you got like a flip card, no, it'd have to be double-sided. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the way around this to pair low attackers with Hidetsugu at all, but there's some way to do that. Anyway, this was a good call. It gives me confidence I'm not stupid. But yeah, I think I'm gonna try it like this. I brought in the Battlecry Goblin because these Omnath decks, 4-color Omnath decks, and Battlecry Goblin has just been an all-star in so many matchups. Like, I don't know if you're an old enough Goblins player, you remember back when we were doing War Chief pile driver stuff. So War Chief is something that gives your Goblins haste and makes them cost less. So then that plus pile driver was a 4-mana play that you would hold in your hand until you had the right board state, and then you would just slam in with a huge pile driver, and like obviously a board full of stuff in addition. Like that was the old play. Battlecry Goblin feels like that in one card. It's been just so good. It leaves a goblin behind usually. It usually trades with a big creature and just also have a board state left over. Just felt so good against roll-ish matchups. So I put a second one in the, which maybe should be main, and maybe there should be some sort of hyper-aggressive Battlecry Goblin Mog War Marshal type deck where you're just playing Snoops to rip cards off the top of your library, a bunch of 1-drops, Battlecry Goblin, and Aether Vial, kind of like Humans. Kind of like Humans is in Modern, but with some sort of, I don't know what other goblins, I guess like I guess I'm mentioning this, so I should just like throw together what I would say is like a reasonable way to build that deck. It wouldn't take me long to do a first pass. This isn't standard, but pile driver probably makes the cut to be deck like that, maybe not as 4. So Battle Cry. The problem is this low to the ground thing is like a little bit mana hungry. So I don't know if it's going to be as effective in this hyper aggro type deck as it would be in, you know, the more mid-range version, but it feels like there's something to it. Like, obviously you play cards like Goblin Grenade, I think. When I say obviously, I do think that you're going to be hyper aggro. Why not take the 5-ball? You probably end up playing Lightning Bolt. You want just some amount of reach, and maybe there's better reach these days, and Lightning Bolt is not the answer. But like a Snoop, kind of, if you build this deck correctly, it's gonna feel like experimental frenzy, you know what I mean? And you probably are playing ringleaders, so maybe, like, yes, you're low to the ground, but you do want to hit 4 mana because that's like what Battlecry Goblin is looking to do anyway. And then I guess you could Matron. Matron is a stream of goblins, and you do have like the Aether Vials. You're probably going to be using them to find, you know, I don't know, other things. If you'll notice, like, the only card that gets discounted here is well, I guess Battlecry Goblin, Pile Driver, Matron, and Ringleader all get discounted. So, like, you could be on, like, the old school 22 lands thing and play this. You could cut some number of these Goblin Grenades. Maybe you cut all of them. Maybe they go on the board. I'm just going to throw them into the board for now. Could play War Chief, like, in addition to Battlecry Goblin, and these Pile Drivers. And maybe you just play 3 of these Pile Driver, 1 more War Chief. Get down the Bugbear. This is like pretty much an old school. If you're doing this, these Skirk Prospectors and Monk Fanatics, there's actually Legion Loyalist is like just a better card most of the time. Maybe you don't even want Lightning Bolts. I don't know. Maybe Pile Drivers go to the board. Everything costs 1, so Aether Vial is like less cool. Teams going all the way up to 4 and 3 though, like, that's the idea, that you have like this way to just go way over the top and again get over blockers and things like that. So, like, hasty guys are cool. Maybe this is where Value Goblin Guide becomes a thing, because you use mana in the late game well. Don't know. But there may be something here, is all I'm saying. You get Den of the Bugbear. There's that new Sokenzan. Probably use this just all. Well, if you want to get to 4 real mana, maybe not. And then, what is it? Ramunap Ruins? Yeah. These are free. If you're going to be this hyper aggressive deck, and it makes your 5th land work for you, and we are kind of trying to get to a bunch of lands. I think that that's fair. Like, Experimental Frenzy and Conspicuous Snoop, they're these weird cards because you dig through your deck, right? And then you dig through your deck, and then you end up finding a whole bunch of full art mountains of different sets. Um, 19 lands is almost certainly too. We're gonna do this Goblin Ring thing. So this obviously needs tuning and shifting stuff. And maybe if you're not gonna run the full 4 lightning bolts, you just move these out, make this into 2 goblin grenades. Since it's like mostly for the reach anyway, you do this thing. This looks not bad. In fact, I think you could run this and do decent. You could put a ton of blood moons in the sideboard and not care at all. This is worth trying. Why can't I? Oh, can't move it. Oh, I know how you do it. Put it in. And I think these will stop being, yeah. I just don't know a lot of these cards, but see this working. This might be too much. This is actually almost certainly too much. You keep your curve pretty low here. Probably just add another mountain. And get to the board with all this junk. Oh, we never put Mog War Marshal in. That was like half the reason to play this deck. Mog War Marshal. So, of course that doesn't work. Mog War, and then it's gonna bring all of the Mog Warriors up. Yeah, but it's okay. You definitely play 4 of these because it goes. Battlecry Goblin is probably take out a Chieftain. Probably only play 2 ringleaders. You could play, and then probably don't want Berg Prospectors. Maybe you just, is Goblin Guide good enough? Probably not. Goblin Guide probably is not a good idea. I don't know. You need to make 1 cut here, and in true Goblins fashion, it'll like a basic land, ugliest basic land. So. This looks okay. This is not a real sideboard. It's 15 cards, but it's not a real sideboard. Anyway, you could do that. I think it would be possible. Anyway, back to our modern deck. I just wanna check before we get into a league that our sideboard, I want to check if there's something I can do against 4-color control. And now last time I did this, I looked at what other people were doing and tried to figure out what they thought was good for 4-color control. And I think instead I need to look at the 4-color control list, which is this blink, black, white, blink. No. This can't be true. That 7% of the meta is black, white, blink. It's just not true. This is, I don't know how the hell these calculations get made. This is the one we're talking about. So like, what are our issues with this deck? Number 1, Ren and 6 to Fairy. They fuck with our Aether Vials and they slow us down, which we're trying to be fast against this deck. Ragavan and Ice Fang are also big roadblocks for us. They both have 1 toughness. Something to think about. And then obviously Omnath stabilizes them pretty hard and lets them hard cast these Solitudes if like Void Mirror them. So obviously the package works well. Mine's hard. They have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 1-mana removal spells, 4 counter spells, a bunch of card draw, man. Ways to fix their mana. Obviously the big part of this, that their mana suck. Is there a card that attacks people who are aggressively trying to fix their mana by putting more lands into play? The first card that comes to mind. It's not good. I'm just gonna bring it up. Tunnel Ignis. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under opponent's control, if that player had another battlefield under his or her control this turn, deals 3 damage to that player. So people always bring this card up as a way to fight Titan. I have bad news. It doesn't work that way. If you'll notice, it does 3 damage per land, which is also what Valakut triggers do, but it triggers off the second land. They're always going to get more damage than you. So, like, unless you just find the math not working out right, like, number one, it implies they have to put all their lands into play at once. Kill Tunnel Ignis with, like, and so that implies Scape Shift, which isn't how they win anymore. But it also implies that you can't just take 12, right? Which is often the case. They can just take 12 because they play all these blockers. But Tunnel Ignis is something I see Eddie Chang playing this card, which deals with the Planeswalker end of it. So there's a couple reasons this card is like. There's a couple reasons it's not currently seeing. How's it going, Kat? Number one, it's at the beginning of your end step. Flame Blitz deals 5 damage, which is fine, but that means the Planeswalker is always going to activate once. So, like, number one, if it's a Teferi, they can just bounce it, right? You can play it again, I guess. It's +1, but like that's not, I guess, a good. The point is that Planeswalker always gets back. At worst, it's an overcosted sorcery, and then sometimes they just don't care. So I don't think Flame Blitz is the way to go. I don't think attacking their Planeswalkers is the best way to go. They are really annoying. They're some of the most annoying parts of the deck. The rest of our deck deals with Ice Fang and Ragavan just fine. So it's like, it's these cards that we have a hard time dealing with. Red, white, green, blue. They're all tough to cast. So we want to keep them from casting these. Somehow punish them for trying to fix their mana. Trying to think of the keywords that I would want to put in. It's like, I mean, there's definitely whenever, and there's probably land, and let's say like tapped for mana. And we'll sort it by mana value. Whenever enchanted land becomes tapped, its controller loses 2 life. Like, this is actually not bad, but it's not good enough. Can't force. You hit an abundant growth land with this. It's gonna tax their life total, but probably not enough, because if you're just giving them the mana, they get Omnath. They probably break even on that still, and it's not doing enough. Contaminated Ground is obviously better. It removes, well, no, because Abundant Growth gets around this, because Abundant Growth just adds an ability to the land. It doesn't care that it's a swamp. But it is interesting, something to look at. What do you got, Cactus? I'm trying to beat the 4-color Omnath matchup. I mean, the only card in my sideboard for it currently, really, is Blood Moon, which doesn't work, and then another Battlecry Goblin to just get in a little bit underneath. So, like, usually you're just boarding like this, and then you take out, like, a Harbinger, maybe. Actually, you probably take out... Yeah, I guess I would take out, like, a Harbinger. You're so out of MTG? Yeah, I understand. I've been wanting to play Elden Ring just because everybody's doing it. Not just because everybody's doing it. It's actually one of my favorite books is the Book of the New Sun by Gene Wolfe. It's really good. It's very cryptic. It's a blending of sci-fi and fantasy that is like unique and incredibly well done. And the guy is a real author. Like, you could teach this book you know, we learn Moby Dick these days. Like, this guy is the next generation's Moby Dick, right? Kingdom Come Deliverance. I actually don't know that game. Kingdom Come Deliverance. Oh, I've seen it. I've seen this before. I've never played it. It's always looked good. That's cool though. I'm trying to beat 4-color Omnath over here. So I'm looking up things that happen when they tap a land. Enchanted land has Shroud. What the hell is this? This is a fixing land. Thought Leech is interesting. Choke isn't good, right? And pooling Venom is also interesting. Play it and put all your RP. Yeah, really? What's so different about it? So this is like, once you get to 3 mana, it's like, why aren't you just playing Blood Moon? Wow, I would love to play this card against Omnath. This is like, use all your mana right now. I love that. I also like Price of Glory. Price of Glory is a good one. I can get combat like 30 hours in? Damn. That's like... I don't know if I would dedicate that much to it. That's pretty crazy. Is it hard or just different? Are you like a Dark Souls type person? Because that's what everybody's on right now. Elden Ring. And they say that that combat is similarly clunky. Dawn's Reflection. Yeah, these are all way too expensive, right? These are probably not the right keywords I put in. Look up Abundant Growth real quick. I mean, it's only 4 cards, right? But I just want to see. Right, so it has add 1 mana. How do we like make it? We could just tax them. You could play Crack the Earth. Crack the Earth isn't even terrible in just like a straight up regular ass Goblins deck. Like, you get it out early. You're sacking like a Mog War Marshal. They're sacking like an Abundant Growth, which I guess they've already cycled and you've wasted a card, so probably not the best plan. There's a Czech dude in the 14th century. And next is Necromentia. CPB says Necromentia instead Blood Moon. Number 1. How do you beat... Okay, I mean, I guess you can replace Blood Moons with Necromentia. Even in the... For people who don't know Necromentia, it's one of my least favorite cards. I know people play it in these decks, but I just don't like it. We don't deal with the board that well. Like, our removal spells that deal with creatures with 2 toughness are like sort of at a premium for us because it costs us 1 of 4. Like, yes, we can find them, but we don't have a ton of them. But you name a card and you remove all of the copies of it from the game, and then they get a 2/2 if there were any cards in their hand that match it, but that's usually... Obviously, they'd rather have that card than the 2, right? That's why this is a good trade for you. So, I guess I should say this, and I don't know if it's still the rule. Like, I'm telling you firmly, I do not know if Necromentia is good or not. These cards used to be considered unplayable and bad because you are trading a card for something that they don't necessarily have in hand, right? So you play out the rest of the game as if they never drew that. So against a deck like Belcher, that's good for you. They can't win. But against something like Omnath, where, you know, they have... This isn't a way to win, but they have at least 10 other ways to win. You're not really crippling them enough. Like, I understand that Omnath is good, but I don't think it's so important to them that they just can't play the game anymore, you know? It's sort of like Leyline of the Void against Blue-Red and Grixis. It's like, yeah, it's good. They play on, though. You know, they're a scrappy deck. They'll find ways to kill you. Furies and Solitudes are not a joke. Fury especially. It's tough. I do understand the pull, though. But generally, you're trading a card for not a card. So you're down a card. And they are down outs. You know what I mean? That's not really the same. I wouldn't recommend replacing Blood Moons with. Maybe these Chalices? What would I name with Necromentia in, like, Blue-Red, Urktide, or Grixis? What would you name? I guess you name Urktide. And they kill you with it. Also costs double black, which is a joke. I think Omnath is the threat. It gains the life, ramps hard, etc. No. Incorrect, CP. I mean, you're right that Omnath gains life, doesn't ramp. Well, I guess it ramps when they get a fetch land, but no, we're not using Blood Moon to stop Omnath. We're using Blood Moon to stop everything. That's like, their mana is non-functional, hopefully, with a Blood Moon in play. It's not really the case. You can see they're playing Mages of the Moon. So you're like, not that you're stopping Omnath, you're stopping Icefang Coatl, you're stopping Solitude, you're stopping Ren and 6, stopping Teferi, like, stopping March. You're hitting so many more cards than just Omnath and Blood Moon. I think if you're looking at it that way, you're looking at it wrong. Like, they're comfortable playing Blood Moon in their Omnath deck. What you're trying to do if you bring in Blood Moon against them is catch them before they can get set up around their Blood Moon. So before they have green mana and an abundant growth is really what it is. I agree, in practice it doesn't stop those, but you're trying to catch them without their 4 of abundant growth 80 card deck. And the reason you do it, if you do it at all, I'm not even telling you to do it, the reason you do it is because that gives you a better chance than playing the fair game. It's not that it's a good plan, it's that it's a higher percentage plan than your other plan. You know what I mean? Like, there's a difference there. Looking at myself in the thing, and it looks like I'm bald because the way my part is. I gotta fix my hair. So like, I'm not telling you that Blood Moon is good. I wish it was good, but like, that's why I'm looking for other ways. I was saying, I don't know if you caught it a minute ago, but I don't really have a sideboard for 4 color. This is the extent of my sideboard for 4 color. The way you can beat 4 color, the way it generally goes is that pressure them a lot early, and they're forced to play a turn 4 Omnath, which means they don't immediately get value off of it, and then you kill it, right? And now, when you're playing this game, you are sort of on even footing. Yeah, I stopped doing that because it didn't feel like it bought me enough time. Like, yes, I play Void Mirror. Not only can they just respond with Teferi, and often do, but like, you have, if you take turn 2 off to cast Void Mirror, you have to, you're playing Snoop on 3, and then on 4, if you're not comboing, that's your only window, right? So it's now this 2-card combo, or this 3-card combo with the rest of your combo. And it's like, it doesn't help in the other games basically at all. Or at least it didn't feel like that. And maybe that was the issue, that like, it looks like it's not doing anything because they're not playing anything. You know what I mean? You can't tell. But it felt like the games would then go long and you would still get these things cast against you, just not for free. And that's like almost better for them because they're not 2-for-1ing themselves, right? So like, this is my mom calling. Give me just a minute. I will be right back, and then we'll hop into a league. But I'm still brainstorming this. See the be right back screen. Hello? Sorry about that. Got this hat because it's so cold in my apartment. Anyway, 4-color. Omnath. Blink. They don't even blink with anything except Yorion anymore. Like, you know what would be pretty good? I don't know about really good, but cards like this. Makes it so they can't blink stuff. Oh, but it's only creatures. It makes me want to look at, like, what is Grafdigger's Cave? Because I don't have the apostrophe. Like, there's gotta be some weird card that people look at as graveyard hate that, or as like some other combo hate that functions against them, right? Like, they don't do any of this, but there's like, and there's so many that they've printed, and I don't remember any of the names. It's like one that's like Gravestone. I can't remember what it's. Silent Gravestone. Cards in graveyards can't be the targets. No. We're looking for things that like function to make things that exile bad. We're looking to play things that make making a ton of mana bad somehow. Like if you make, used to be Mana Flare. People don't know this. Time quantity, what? It's this. Yeah, so Mana Flare. There's a reason this is a red card. Not just that red is the color of rituals. This used to be bad because you would get mana burned. So if you produced too much mana to, you know, when you were casting a spell. So like, let's say you play a blue-green card like Icefang Coatl, but you only have Island Forest. So you make double blue, double green, and that's all you've got. This would deal 2 damage to you because the mana in your pool would burn you. And so it was like more flavorfully red. It was an interesting piece of design space. But then they removed mana burn. I don't know. I'm gonna run it like this with the 2 Void Mirrors, 2 Chalices, 3 Blood Moons, extra Battlecry Goblin. I just wish I had a better plan than this against 4-color, but like, all I can do is stop evokes, which I'm not mulliganing for this. Like, you could theoretically bring this in. It sucks. And just try to be a little bit more aggressive and put them on the back foot, I guess. You could play more Den of the Bugbears. I think that would help your matchup a little bit. But I don't want to figure out what that would do to the mana right now. Let's just hop into a league with this output. The last league I played, I didn't play it on stream. I went 3-2. I'm gonna try to play this a little quickly. I'm supposed to be meeting somebody at 7, so maybe we won't end. But I'm gonna try. They haven't revealed anything, which has meant lately affinity decks and isn't fantastic against affinity. Doesn't feel like a mulligan, but it doesn't feel like a Ragavan deck. So I can probably mulligan this for a better hand. It's functional. It's just not exciting. This is the kind of hand, though, that you search up Battlecry Goblin with, but that's like not an affinity thing. Person is 1-3. Just keep. The reason I keep on 1-3 is that the fact that they didn't reveal a companion means less. They may just be playing a brew. In fact, I think they are. A pet deck, if Pet deck with no companion. How is that? Oh no. This is just my worst friggin' matchup. And they... RU 1-3 on this. Okay. Why doesn't... So this is just Blue-Red Murktide. Our hand is actually really good against Blue-Red Murktide. We're not going to show them our Cavern yet. And we have a sideboard plan for Blue. And we kill their first Dragon's Rage Channeler. We hope that they don't follow up with Consider into Murktide Regent, but we have a Munitions Expert. We're going to try and build a board up for while pressuring their life total. That is the case. They don't seem to know what they want to do with their turn either. Look like they want to hold up Counterspell. Not going to let him counter us. I am going to play... They can Archmage's Charm this Vial. It's going to be their only use for Archmage's Charm. So I'm not going to take off what I'm doing with my turn to play this Vial. I'm going to attack for 1. We're going to try and play as tight as possible this game, meaning playing our spells in second main. So they don't know if they should kill something, things like that. Because you gain some percentage points by doing that, and I have not been bothering. And I think it's part of the reason that it's been going poorly. Yeah, so now they get Goblin Matron, or now we tutor with Goblin Matron. We have 4 mana, so we're going to be playing this Ringleader pretty much regardless. I kind of just want to get Battlecry Goblin, to be perfectly honest. But that implies that we're going to get some good stuff. I think we want Battlecry Goblin because it allows you to pump your whole team, even if they have a kill spell. And that has felt really good, and I haven't really tried it against Blue-Red Murktide yet. I've tried it against Grixis Shadow. When they get their 10-10, it's useful, but they're usually at a pretty low life total. So here's Dragon's Rage Channeler. I don't think it's a good idea to play a Munitions Expert to try to kill this because they have red mana up. They are scrying with Dragon's Rage Channeler. They put it on top. They now have... They're looking at my library, so they know what I'm drawing. They're going to draw whatever card they put on top. Probably not Counterspell. Yes. I don't know why you would do that. So they have red mana here. So I think what I'm going to do is play this Snoop out. And then wait for them. Okay. The actual tight play is to swing first. They know we have Battlecry Goblin. We're not playing it. If they want to trade their Dragon's Rage Channeler for this 1/1, they're more than welcome to. What I imagine they're going to do, block, try to use their kill spell to surveil. This is bad for me. This gives them Delirium straight up here. Oh, I should have done it then. I mean, their thing still dies if they have a kill spell here, so that's fine, but I may lose this Munitions Expert unnecessarily, is what that means. They probably have the Unholy Heat. They don't have the Unholy Heat. Okay. So now my options are play Aether Vial or play Snoop. With Snoop, we could kill them next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It would just be 13. We actually can't kill it. Means I think I want to take it the tiniest bit slow. You can spell pierce me if they want. I'll play this Aether Vial. We're going to try and find a spot where just playing this and pumping it is enough. I kind of expected that spell pierce. I don't really care. They used it. Trading an Aether Vial for a spell pierce is probably a good trade for them, but you know, doing okay here. So this is probably Archmage's Charm. We are like completely uncounterable though. I am going to just play this Ringleader. I shouldn't have played the land first. Actually, no, I should have played the land first. The reason I'm playing the land first is because if I find a 1-drop, I don't want to have my my cavern tapped. Now, I didn't find a 1-drop, but that's fine. So, like, best case here for them is double kill spell. They'll kill the Ringleader. They don't have that. They're probably going to draw 2 here. What you can do to keep them from drawing 2 spots where it matters is just play a spell that's counterable into it, and it's like a virtual 2-for-1 from you. It's not really a 2-for-1 because it's just cards, but you keep them from finding answers and digging deeper into their deck. You're trading 1-for-1. You don't let them get ahead on cards. Here, Expressive Iteration, which is a good card. Most of their kills, I mean, they're going to bring Kozilek's Return against us. I think we've got game 1 here, by the way. Most of their kill spells are 1-for-1s, except Kozilek's Return out of the board. I think this means we win. A land off the top is actually a pretty decent draw. Play a land tapped. Could probably guess that it's Unholy. Can I deal 12 damage even through a bolt? I think I can. Well, tapped land isn't the best, but of the tapped lands, this one's pretty good. So let's... Oh, okay. I can't play Snoop and Battlecry Goblin. I can play Battlecry Goblin. I activate it. I probably don't get to swing with it. I deal 6. I don't think that that's the best. But if I play the Snoop, it probably just dies. I kind of like the idea of only playing Battlecry Goblin when there's like a lot of things going on board, so that you're swinging past blockers with bigger versions of your creatures, you know, rather than they're just going to be hitting us with spells anyway. Like, don't make it a burn spell. Make it like actually function like a pump spell. So I think I'm willing to just attack for 3 here. And then if I play Snoop into Harbinger, is there anything cool I can do? The activated ability on top? I mean, just like same turn. Well, considering where this is going, I think I'm just going to do this and hold up Munitions Expert. I like that, though. And yeah, that's fine. We drew a card off this Snoop. So we got some value. And we knew about the bolt. Basically. I mean, we put them on the bolt. We didn't know about it. We have 9 damage without the Battlecry Goblin coming in here. How many removal spells could they have? I think I'm just supposed to play this out. Like, I don't think they're going to be able to stop me. So, I'm going to do this. Get another 1/1 into play. You have to target something, but you don't have to say yes. Brett Ploussard. So I have no idea how much. 1, 2, 3, 7. So we could just like attack for lethal like this. I think that's worse than. Because I can activate this twice, and my stuff is just big. They may just concede here. So I think this whenever Battlecry Goblin attacks, yeah. So this has to attack for you to be able to get the Goblin for attacking with 6 power. We'll just let this go. Like, this is obviously hyper lethal. But they're gonna Snapcaster, and they're gonna get some kind of removal spell. They're gonna get Archmage's Charm. The only thing they can take are the token and the Mog Fanatic, and we'll respond to them taking the Mog Fanatic. I don't really care about that. So let's just have them. Let's just do this. This is fine. So if I don't do this, they get to block something, and then I kill the Mog Fanatic. Then I kill the thing with the Archmage's Charm. They effectively take out 2 attackers like that. So I probably just don't. It's not a big deal either way. So yeah, they take the only thing they can take. That's dead. This is already more than lethal. So not gonna. No way around this. And we could have dealt 5 more damage there. So we did 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We could have done. Wow. We could have done 16 damage. But like, Battlecry Goblin seems real good. But now we're going to be on the draw. And it's going to be harder for us to keep a board state like that. Chalice is good against them. You're about to be 1/4? That sucks. Sorry to hear that. Chalice is good against them. Oh, they're about to be 1/4. Well, that's just game 1. That's just game 1. Don't be too confident. We have to kill their early stuff. We have to build a board. We don't think the combo is where it's at. We could side out a vial. Maybe we just trim on vials because of Aether or Archmage's Charm. And hit Itsugu's. Willing to believe that. And then this is just a good hand. Doesn't have any sideboard cards, but like it tries to block Ragavan at least. Doesn't interact very well. We're on a mull to 6. Hand is like aggressively mediocre. Turn 1 Prospector, turn 2 nothing. We do have 2 draws though. So we could draw like Mog Fanatic or Munitions Expert, and it's great. I think I'll keep this. There's a lot of draws in the deck that make this like a phenomenal hand. They're mulling to 5. There's a lot of draws that make this like a phenomenal hand, and it's okay. Like if you draw a Chalice in the first 2 turns, you're pretty happy. You draw Hitotsugu, you're real happy. Depending on what they do. They've mulled to 5 so far. I think this is just their low roll getting unlucky week. Kind of get like a shirt. I am so cold. Sorry about that. So, right, turn 1 Ragavan is definitely annoying. We're gonna try to block it. I'm not sure that it's gonna work. I guess I can't not put Aether Vial in play especially when I don't think that Skirk is gonna work too well. But they only have 3 cards in hand, so like, let's try and keep them from drawing. Next turn we can play Vial. Imagine if they stole a Vial off our deck, like how sad we'd be. Maybe they kept this because their mana, they need to hit with Ragavan, but they don't have, all right, well, that's all out the window. I was gonna say maybe they don't have a removal spell, but they need to hit the mana for like Expressive Iteration or something to catch back up. But here we're just gonna get hit by Ragavan and they're gonna have 2 mana and a Vial. Vial is actually really good when you're low on cards and land. I don't know if they're gonna play it, but I would if I were them. I think it's very silly not to play this. What could they have? A counter spell? Not gonna play Battlecry Goblin. Gonna get hit by another Ragavan. I may, just to keep Ragavan from getting like a high roll hit on us next turn. Depends what he gets here. Matron is okay. Play a 3 mana 1/1 if they want. Functions a lot like a 3 mana kill spell against our deck, but this is, by the way, when we talk about how you lose with Leyline in play, like when you mull to a Leyline and then Ragavan hits you a few times, like they can easily get to 8 mana. I think it's only 7. So yeah, like you can see they're already at 5 mana. It's tough, but I think we still have a chance here. I think Aether Vial is going to help a lot. I think Ringleader is going to help a lot. We just kind of need to get our shit in gear. So this Skirk Prospector makes me not want to get Mog Fanatic. So I'm gonna play this Matron. We're gonna look for Munitions Expert because that's good against Murktide. Well, our only, way to beat a resolved Murktide without just going real fast, and we already have our way to go real fast. So we're gonna try to block Ragavan with a Matron, and then if they kill it before blocks, we'll Vial and Prospector and block with that. Expressive Iteration. All right, so they're basically, oh no, it's not Expressive Iteration. Snapcaster Mage, Lightning Bolt. That's fine. We will let this happen. We'll trade our Skirk Prospector with a Munitions Expert. And then, Well, excuse me. We will trade our Skirk Prospector with a Ragavan. Then we'll kill their Snapcaster likely with this Munitions Expert, is my guess. They don't have another removal spell in hand. Good. So now their board is just kind of lame. Second Ragavan. Well, I mean, they know that I have Munitions Expert, so that's a little bit interesting. I would love to... They have no more cards in hand, by the way. They're going to draw one off this Mishra's Bauble, but the random card. Guess I'll use ability. Cavern is a perfect draw. And I was saying that I would love to find a land to play this Ringleader with, and that's the perfect one. So I think that I want to kill this Ragavan. Oh, nope, not anymore. I was going to say I want to kill this Ragavan now because it dodges the two removal spells, but I'm just going to swing. They actually bolt my Ringleader. A little bit crazy, but we have Mogg War Marshal Violin, so hopefully they forgot about that. Don't check the revealed cards. And we'll just vial it in here. They could try to Archmage's Charm our Aether Vial. We'll have to vial in response, but fine. Gonna make both of these blocks. We get left with a 1/1, so I don't think that that's bad. Maybe I shouldn't make both of these blocks. Maybe I should just make this block. And then next turn, we play Munitions Expert, Battlecry Goblin, activate, swing for 2, 4, 6, 9, 10, 11, and they're at 4. I don't think putting them to 4 is really that important. I guess it probably is, though, given that I have Boggart Harbinger, and I can just find a Sling Gang Lieutenant. So let's just make this one block. And we'll use all of our mana in the most uncounterable way. Mishra's Bauble again. They're going to see what we draw, I assume. I don't think there's any reason to do anything fancy here. I'm just going to leave it at 2. In our draw step, they didn't crack it. So there's a trigger here off this Munitions Expert. I think I'm just going to do this here. Use Munitions Expert. Kill Ragavan. Resolve our spell. Now they crack. Going to put them to a very low life total. And I don't believe they have ways of gaining life. We can just force a draw of Sling Gang and end it. Well, it wouldn't end it, would it? GG's. Alright. So we're 1-0 to start, beating Blue-Red Murktide. Not with Chalice of the Void, but with Battlecry Goblin in both games. Something I don't think... True, we didn't see a tide, but that... You think they were just Blue-Red Snapcaster with no Lyris? It doesn't really make a ton of sense. I think they were just Blue-Red Murktide and they didn't draw particularly well. I mean, we only saw one Dragon's Rage. Maybe we saw two. I don't know. WotC Case K. Actually, hot take. I don't like playing against WotC employees. It feels weird. Feels like they remove value from the system. Not all Tide lists run snaps, but if you watch Everos, you'll see he'll play a couple with snaps occasionally. He always says they're worse than the other things, but they are playable. There's nothing revealed here. It could be another Murktide deck. This is a terrible hand against a Murktide deck, but a good hand against other stuff. I'm gonna keep this mediocre hand. What list goes reveal nothing, basic for it? This like I want to save this for the Snoop, so I guess I'm just gonna play this Courtyard. Eternal Command, is that what this is? But anytime you see a blue-red deck that runs Ragavan and Dragon's Rage Channeler and Consider, you have to assume that a Loam deck. Okay. You have to assume that they are on Murktide. I think it's kind of silly to assume that they're not playing Murktide just because you saw a Snapcast. I mean, not really how deck building works. So this doesn't necessarily win the game, but it gives us a couple looks at it. Ancient Grudge and Fury hit the bin after loaming. All right, so this is a brew. There's a Bolt. That's fine. We're gonna have Ringleader. We don't have long to set up before they have like what looks to be an unbeatable contraption for us. So we may have already lost this game. I suppose that means I should grab maybe more Ringleaders. I need ways to, well, I have no way to deal with something that they play right now. But I'm hoping, I guess I'll just get another Ringleader. Because if they're playing Furies, I assume they're playing 4. And may need to refill more than once. Cycle their Tranquil. This is just green-red loam. So this is going to be like Seismic Assault. They're going to try and run me off of my basics. Yeah, alright. So Karn the Great Creator combos with this Liquid Metal Torque. Luckily, we have a 5th land. I've always wanted to build a deck like this, but never did. We gotta get in there before we have no lands left. They have Ancient Grudge plus Liquid Metal Torque, so we're gonna lose a land. Or whatever they want us to lose, really. I assume it's gonna be a land. That was a decent roll. And now I have to discard 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have to discard 2. I can't discard a land in the face of Liquid Metal Torque, Ancient Grudge, right? This says non-land, but this doesn't. Harbinger is just the worst one we got. Like, it's a tutor, but do I discard two Harbingers? Is Mog Fanatic just not good enough? I think this Mog Fanatic may be one of the only things I can play soon. Discard 2 Harbingers. Next turn, if I have the lands, I'm going to do Matron plus Battlecry Goblin. And with this Mog War Marshal, we may be in a position to end the game. soon. I'm expecting Karn any second. Seiju. Cycling Tranquil Thicket. They can't cast this Ancient Grudge from the graveyard right now. That's decent. I can't really play another Ringleader in good conscience. Can hit them for a bajillion with one Battlecry Goblin. By a bajillion, I mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, I can't even do that this turn. But I do think that I'm gonna play Matron plus 2 drop. So let's swing for 3. See how much they value their life total. Not enough. I think I get a Blood Crypt here. I mean, they're probably a Blood Moon deck. They have all these Ghost Quarters. So I'll get a Blood Crypt. I could play Snoop. Snoop makes a Fury less good because it only takes out 2 Goblins. Get a Mog War Marshal to do the same thing. Or I could just hold the Battlecry Goblin. I think I just get a Battlecry Goblin and hold it, then play this Mog War Marshal out. So now, when I say Fury takes out 2 Goblins, it takes out Ringleader, Matron, probably. Alright, no Fury in hand, or they wouldn't have done that. Oh, well, maybe they still would, actually. They do only have single red, which is interesting. Sure, I would pay Echo. It depends on if they tap out a red or not. They must have a ton of air in their hand if they are continuously cycling this Tranquil Thicket like that. Stomping Ground is double red. That's what they look like they were looking for. This isn't double Fury. Don't know what is. Okay. Fury doesn't have Flash. Not gonna pay Echo. Could be Kozilek's Return. Could be Volcanic Fallout. I don't know if you guys know that one. That's a Skred classic. I guess I just play Urk Prospector instead of Fanatic in case there's like an instant speed board wipe that's about to happen here. Whoops, I almost played the wrong card. I mean, if they do the instant speed board wipe at the right time, doesn't matter. So they bolt the Battlecry Goblin. They look like they're still in a bunch of trouble. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. They have 2 Mog Fanatics, which is lethal. I can play them second main. So I can't kill them second main with Mog Fanatics because they stopped my ability. Oh, I guess they're just gonna kill it. Can I still do this? Oh, yeah. I'm thinking Karn is in play. Okay, so they're just gonna kill that, which is fine. They're at Sokenzan. Oh, Sokenzan is good here. Very interesting. All right, this is new stuff. They have 1 card in hand, but that's fine. Take 4 here. They go to 8. We play our Den of the Bugbear and pass. Den of the Bugbear deals 4. This is 5, 6, and we have 7, 8 in hand. So we actually don't need to cast any spells next turn. They have another Ancient Grudge in the board, though. So they can stop us. They can stop the Den of the Bugbear from dealing too much damage, which makes me want to play Ringleader. They could just pop a land off right now if they want. But I think they're concerned about their life total, so they grab back Sokinzan, which is like more reason to play Ringleader. See what we find. Well, these were all good. I think we have 3 damage in hand, so even if they kill this Pashlik Mons, with all of their mana, I think the way it would work out, the 1 damage is like worth it. Although I can like, I could have like next turn Fnatic, then played Pashlik Mons. Got way more damage actually. So maybe I just play 3 Fanatics this turn. Maybe I'm just supposed to play 3 Fanatics. I think it's fine. Because we still have this Den of the Bugbear. And 3 Mog Fanatics. I can also Mog Fanatic Kiki. Hope they don't have a way to gain life. Because I'm kind of just throwing things at them because I'm assuming they can't. Boseiju doesn't hit creatures, right? Whoa. That is aggressive. That puts him dead, right? I guess we'll see what's on top. Because... wait, if I activate this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I can still play 3 Mog Fanatics? Nothing is gonna have lifelink, so like, let's just do that. This is also lethal. They do it before it attacks. They hit me with Boseiju. I go grab a mountain. I'm gonna swing. I don't even think they can Sokinzan. Can they? Oh, this adds mana. I forgot about that. All right, so now they're tapped out though. Completely worth doing this. Because although I think we knew 3 of the cards in their hand, I think there was an extra. Mog Fanatic, the champion. Alright, so Blood Moon doesn't hit things that are in their hand. Battlecry Goblin seems good. Also, the Void doesn't actually do anything, right? They're not casting those spells. So I think we just want another Battlecry Goblin and a Trash Master. And could probably just like get rid of a Prospector, I guess. They didn't seem to have any kind of creatures. Maybe we just need one less hurt. Forcing through damage seems good. You increase your nut draws probably by doing this. You can actually probably cut a land, but I think you keep this hand. Their deck looks really slow. They may not have more than just Lightning Bolt. In that case, they would probably only have 4 removal spells. And we'll just find out really quickly whether or not they kept one in their opener. They kept 7 this time. I don't remember what they kept last time. So So there's a Wooded Foothills crack. We know they play Ren and Sick, which turn 2 Snoop is okay against. Doesn't die to it. Ramp with the Liquid Metal Torque. They likely now... So now that they have Liquid Metal Torque, they're just so much more likely to be able to kill this Snoop. But I think we still have to play it. Like, we're still going to be going straight up the curve. Matron to Crashmaster. So even if they kill this, so I think we're fine. Maybe even Harbinger into Trashmaster. I don't know. It looks like they're going to Ancient Grudge me. Ooh, shenanigans. All right, so this is like the whole idea. You now have a kill spell every turn, and I need to present more than one threat if I am ever gonna get out from underneath it. Always wanted to build the deck that they've built. Pretty cool. I'd rather... Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say would I rather them kill my Harbinger, but Harbinger deals more damage, which is usually not relevant. But it does seem like kind of useful. King Lieutenant comes with 3 friends. I think that's useful for both Crashmaster and Kiki Kiki. I'm probably gonna play Sling Gang next turn, although I just want to fill my hand with Ring. Let's be honest. I can find Sling Gangs and Mog War Marshal off of this in just as good a shape. There's Karn. So Karn lets them kill our lands very easily if they get the Liquid Metal Torque out of there. Board. Probably a Lightning Bolt is my guess. What can I take Karn to? If I play this, activate it. This is 3, 4, 5. I take Karn to 1. Seems pretty good. Or I can take it to 3 and it can still -2. Seems bad. So let's... If they have the bolt, they have the bolt, but I think it's worth making it so that Karn can't tutor if we can. Battlecry Goblin has put out so much value since I put it in the deck. It's kind of crazy. All right, they don't have a bolt in hand. We've just learned. So this only targets non-lands. They can make it so I can't activate Battlecry Goblin next turn by upkeep hitting it with the Liquid Metal Torque. Wonder if they'll make this into a creature. Like they are. Ooh, that's painful. So just hard casting Fury really does a number on us. They only take out 2 cards, but there's a 3/3 double striker in play over there, which sucks a little. I'm just gonna play Ringleader. Might take 6 off this Fury. More Ringleaders and a Matron. Play this land. Pass. Karn's gonna either tutor or tick up. We'll see. Metal coating is in. Do they target? Target my cavern? Fine. Karn's gonna blow up my lands at a time now. But I am gonna be able to kill this Liquid Metal next turn. I might as well thin. Actually, not thin. I should just grab a swamp here. And they're protecting their Karn because it's their way to, you know, get us on 0 land. But because I have to stop that, I'm gonna kill this liquid metal coating. Then, oh, damn it. Oh, I just okayed through that. I didn't mean to do that. I'm supposed to kill this liquid metal torque. They shouldn't have that in play. Ah, that sucks. I mean, I think we'll be okay, but they just shouldn't have that in play. They dredged back shenanigans. They're gonna get another liquid metal torque. Liquid metal coating. So now they have shenanigans, liquid metal coating. I can't activate my swamp, but it... Oh, they're just gonna shenanigans it. So I'm off black mana for now. Wonder if they attack me. Wow, really patient. Kill Karn. We can still win. Although all of my artifact removal is gone, but we can still win. They're just gonna be killing my lands every turn. Still. How do I deal with that? I guess I just put them dead? How I deal with that? Like kind of the lock they have assembled. Man. I wonder if it's going to be relevant. It hasn't been yet. I'm just like, it's staring me in the face because it could kill our stuff. It's this coating that is the... So maybe it's worth bringing in Leyline to prevent the lock. Like, that's a real thing. Can't even cast this Munitions Expert. I don't know why I got it. Maybe my land wasn't dead at the time. All right, I'm gonna concede this game. Let's see. I guess so. It feels kind of bad, but it does stop life from the loam. It stops it stops shenanigans. There's probably only like 1 or 2 shenanigans, but they're on Karn. Maybe I board out. Yeah, they have like a ton of artifact removal. These Aether Vials are like pretty bad. And then we can like bring back in Munitions Expert now that we saw more creatures and a Karn to kill. This is a slog. I may end this here because I'm supposed to meet somebody at 7. We'll just finish the league another time. This is a good hand. It gets on the board early and puts a lot of pressure on them. Pashlik Mons is very good. They mull to 6. Oh, I'm supposed to be mulliganing to Leyline of the Void. I always forget. I bring in Leyline like it's just regular artifact hate, and it is very much not. I have double black here, so like I can cast it when I draw it off the top, and in this matchup it's actually fine to play drawn off the top, I think. because it's not fast. Maybe I shouldn't have brought in 4. I think black mana may be at a premium this game. It may end up blood mooning us. Cycle of Forgotten Cave. Best case scenario is Renin 6, ping your Mog Fanatic. They don't choose to ping the Mog Fanatic. They just grab back Forgotten Cave. Black, red. We'll ping the Renin 6 for 2. We'll attack it down next turn. I think I'm just going to play a Ringleader on top with this Harbinger. This is one of my favorite interactions so far with Mog Fanatic since adding it. The fact that Renin 6 can't really ping it has been pretty good. I don't think I want to play Pashlik Mons out so early. I have 4 lands, so this Harbinger can come into play on 3, and you don't feel dumb about it. Make blue mana, assert our dominance. We'll say yes. I think putting hasty attackers into play is good, as is drawing cards, so we'll do that. They have probably a bunch of lands in hand, is my guess. Doesn't seem like a deck that's going to be missing land drops. I wonder if they just... Wow, I kind of figured. Guess I'll use the ability. We'll grab a basic. Thank you. Evoked Fury. Got it. What did they exile? They exiled an Ancient Grudge. Ping them for 1. Ringleader being the correct in the dark grab, basically always. Oh, he shuffled my deck? Wait, what happened? Ghost Quarter shuffled my deck. I shouldn't have done that. Oh, man. That's a punt. Well, if Pashlik Mons draws any goblin, meaning if we draw any goblin and we have a Pashlik Mons in play, we can take over this board quickly. It looks like they didn't... I mean, they probably have a ton of lands, right? Yeah. But they're not, like, on board in any meaningful way. I might have punted this game away, though. Yep, I might have punted this game away by shuffling. Not realizing what I'm doing. They're gonna loam back all their lands, it looks like. That or Liquid Metal Torque. Yeah, they loam back all their lands. Leyline wouldn't be the worst here. Land is kind of the worst. I think we're about to get pushed out of the game by a Karn. And it's going to be unfortunate. If they Karn here, like 1 step from conceding, we don't have any draws that really put us back on even footing with them after that. Like, I can... If they get a Liquid Metal Coating from the board, like, I can draw Trashmaster and kill exactly that, but not good for us. Okay, that actually is good. Are you kidding? Is this how we're gonna lose? I draw 3 lands, Ringleader, whiff. Oh, that's painful. It's so... Talk about low rolling. Holy crap. Not even like there was a ley line in there. It was just all lands. And... Am I too easily tilted, or was that actually infuriating? Kill my anti-toggle, the turn goes up to 2. Unless they kill my ringleader, you know, this ends here. They're probably... They can't soak in something. Well, that's pretty good. Can't complain about that, I guess. I'm gonna play it. Then I'm gonna attack Karn, because all I care about is killing Karn this turn. Okay. Well, we don't get the value. We do get to kill Karn. Maybe? That whiff on the ringleader, so brutal. So brutal. And did I board out goblins? I have more goblins than I started with. Man. I mean, you can tell I'm tilted, but... I mean, clearly there are better strategies than the one I employed. I think Leyline of the Void would have gone a long way this game, and I did mulligan too. Even if I draw it now. Alright, well, unfortunately, I'm going to end the stream here at 1. I actually have somewhere to be. What? For what? Watching, probably, I guess I'll up. Just, this is a cool deck at least. We beat Blue Red Murktide, so it's worth watching. Showcase Battlecry Goblin. I'll finish this in another video, another stream, just probably not today. Anyway, thank you for joining me again. I will see you guys next time. Have a good night.